Huh. So I'll take additional class today. Okay. If you feel okay. In the last class, we have seen how to create a report, and then after that, how to register report and user exits. Now it's the class number 19, right? Correct or not? Okay. This is topic 3. How to customize report. This is very important. Customization means like adding some fields, adding some layouts, kind of thing it is. Okay. So first we'll see a requirement, what to customize. We go to application here. I'm taking one report, existing report. This is a standard report. Okay. Report is renamed or it is not available in the request group. We'll see that. Okay, it's already there, but it is not available in the request group. So this report I am going to teach. Void payment register report. We go to payables, or we have to include, right? Then only it will appear. Security, responsibility, request. If any program is not appearing properly, we can go to this request group. Then after that, we can add this. So this is the program here. Void payment register report. What is the purpose of this is? First of all, we'll see the program output here. In certain duration, we are going to retrieve the voided payments. I'm taking the old dates to see the output here. If you want to include zero payment amounts, then we can go with the no. Right now, not needed. Fine. So this is a report we are customizing it. You will get lot many customizations in the company. This will be your major work. Adding some columns, adding the layouts, modifying the layouts. These are all. So I'll give you the first requirement here. This requirement you will get in the ticketing tool or any other document. So the document will be here is MD50. MD stands for here is module design. This is a document number here. In this document number only, they will let you know like what needs to be done. Okay. Right now, first see the output here. The output. No data exists. So what it will do here is it will display the voided payments. So one payment will make it void. Go to your payments, entry, payments here. I'm creating one payment. In P2P cycle it is, and then trading partners, and Advantage Corp, US. You already worked this. Whoever practice P2P, they can come to know all this. Bank account, disbursement account, check, correct? Document number. and click on save. The payment document is not associated with the invoice pay amount. Click on this invoice number. I don't know any invoice number. I'm just taking randomly. So this is the invoice number created already. Save. You can include multiple invoices and you can make payment at once also. This is one scenario. Okay. Now, so this payment we can keep on hold here. Go to actions. So that holding is called as a void here. Void means you are stopping a payment to the supplier. So why are you voiding this? Go to hold here. The reason. You can choose any one of the reason. Let's say currency difference. Randomly, I'm selecting this. Click on OK. That's called as a hold here. OK. You will get a message saying that voiding a payment cannot be undone. So choose OK to void. Cancel to return the payments. So we have to void this. Once you click on void, you can see another entry over here saying that it is voided. Click on OK. Data automatically refreshed. It is not allowing. Just 1 second. I'm making a note of this invoice number. So do you remember like what was the payment number? Check in tool. Payment number is stored into which table? No, AP check solve. That is the intermediary table. AP check solve. Check number is 28, right? Is that correct? This is the payment number. This one is invoice number. Correct. Go to actions here. Earlier it was not done properly. Again we go to hold. Choose any one of the reason. Click on OK. Hold. This is the correct one. One entry, one extra entry must be required. So if you look at here, there is a color difference also. Correct. So this is voided here. Go to payment overview. Then you can see the status. This voided payments they would like to see in the report. That is a requirement. Okay. Now go to view, submit today's date. coming, right? Your document number is 28. Okay. And it is from Advantage Corp supplier. We are making a hold, and the holding amount here is 15,975, and void date is 12th July. But what is the void reason? We selected one reason, right? But the reason is not appearing. So adding a column into this particular report is called as a customization. Okay. Customization means like just to the existing report, we have to add something. Right now, what is the requirement here? Add void reason to the void payment register report. This is the requirement. Okay. Now, first we need to prepare a query to display the void reason. There are three tables required as usually: ACA and AP invoice payments all. Hold information is stored into AP holds all. You can check here only if you want. Go to invoice overview. So right now you are in a payment screen. Okay, we need to go to invoices screen, but from here itself we can go, that is invoice overview, and then invoice workbench. Last time I talked about workbench, right? Like action button, these are all we can see. Here is the place, hold. The hold which you selected, this is the hold. That information is stored into AP holds all table. Okay. Then another table is required here, that is AP holds all. Now tell me the joins between these two. Check and invoice payment, obviously. No, check ID, right? Check ID. Then after that, AIPA dot invoice ID, AHA dot invoice ID. That's it. And if you want to display check number, ACA dot. Okay, check number right now not required. Hold reason only required. Is equivalent to 28. That's it. So there are multiple reasons here. You can keep a distinct, not a problem. So these two are the reasons. So these two reasons we have to concatenate it and display in this report here. Here is the place. Here one extra column. Here also we can add wherever you want, but usually there is a space here. In this space we can add here by the side of void date. You can display void reason. Void reason we already derived like this. Then format this. Now this statement actually we can include into report in the formula column. Okay. So this is just a toad only, but we need to include into report. So download the RDF first. Your programs are always stored into a table, a navigation, that is concurrent program. Definition it is correct. So take this executable and go to executable here. The link here is short name, not executable name, short name. And your file name is here, your RDF name, and which is available into payables directory. So this is already defined. Okay, we are just downloading the execution file name. Execution file name is RDF name. So go to server. Just you need to go to parent directory here 2 times, and you'll be able to see your application server, vision. This is where your RDF is located. Your standard file is located here. Go to application, APX VCHCR. APX VCH. Do you see, like, I just typed quickly, so it is picked up automatically. There is no control F here. Control F and you cannot find out RDF report. You have to type continuously. This one, correct? Just download this. While downloading, earlier we used to use binary, but now default also working. No worries. Okay, first step is what it is. Download RDF. Last time you know how to move from local machine to server, but now how to download from server to local machine is we need to identify the executable first. How to identify the executable? Executable is already attached under a definition. Okay. Now, first step is over. Second is we need to rename this. Rename RDF. The original RDF, you should not touch anything. Rename RDF with your client naming conventions. Then after that, add extra column. And that is a calculated column, right? Calculated. Right now we are deriving this column. We are not summing it up. We are not counting it. It's not a summary column. It's a formula column. It is extra formula column. Okay. We'll add the extra formula column here. Go to report builder. Customization is always interesting because we are not developing the entire queries. Yes. Go to data model. You can see we are not touching anything in this. These are all given by Oracle only. So you won't face any issue because otherwise you need to develop this from scratch, right? So these are all given by Oracle only. And here also there is a lexical parameter. We'll see after completion of this. The whole where condition is coming dynamically. Now, formula columns in your report, if it is not there, we may need to enable a layout here. That's called as a tool palette. So then only we can see tool palette. Then summary column is just for counting, average, anything. You can use a summary column. But right now you are calculating something like multiplication, division, okay, summation, subtraction, whatever the operations, we can use the formula column. Placeholder, simply it's a global variable kind of thing. Simply we'll assign the value in the report. Right now I need to select here formula column. The formula column, where exactly I need to select? That is the question here. Outside or inside? Outside. So we need to see first here output. Okay. Based on the output, we can decide it. Go to view output. So it is by the side of void date we are assuming, correct? By the side of void date. First see the layout here. Go to layout model. Now show me where is the void date in this layout. Here, right? This is the one. And if you look at here, the border, exactly it is touching. So first thing what you need to do, this border we need to increase. So last time we increased the border. How to increase the border? Go to window. You are in which section right now? See, do you see here? Main section, header section, then trailer section. Trailer is for calculations, total, subtotal, grand total. Those are all for trailer. Main section is like any your supplier details, buyer details. Those are all header section, titles. But right now we are focusing on main section here. Go to window, object navigator. and minimize everything in the layout model. See, whatever we have seen just before, the three sections here only. Header section, main section, trailer. We need to click on main, double click. Instead of 7.9, let's say I'm using 9. Okay, just increasing the width. It should not cross more than 14. Okay, otherwise it will cross the printable area. You will not see the output here. Go to a layout model. You will see the space is increased here. Correct? So these are all called as a rulers. Do you see small dots here? It's a character mode report. Each and every character, it will be included in between these dots only. These dots like this. Okay. And if you are printing also, you must include in between these dots. These are all called as a rulers. So rulers, you can see into, here is the place. Right now, not needed. They have already taken these rulers here. If you want to increase the size of this rulers, you can increase over here. Clear? Now I need to, if you want to come out from the selection, there is an option here, that is select here. See, exited from that selection. You have to use this select option. Now, void reason where exactly it is available, under which group. See, there are so many groups here. Bank group, branch account group, and then check stock, check, 4 groups are there. Query is single, but they're divided into multiple groups. Why multiple groups is account wise, currency wise, it's like a group by kind of thing. Group by department, this is all you have seen, right? Somewhere, same way. Bank wise, bank branch wise, currency wise output it is. Okay. Now what I need to do? I need to see first where exactly it is belongs. Just give a right click. Give a right click, and you can see there is a frame here. Parent frame. F4. So it is belongs to a group that is G check detail. Now the formula column we need to use it into not outside. You have to use into G check detail. If you go here, where is the G check detail? In the last group. So here is the place only we have to take that. Otherwise, it will not give you output. So click on FX, CF, void reason, and it is going to return a character, right? Here, these are all character, project hold, invoice amount. These are all character information. You may forget this. Definitely, you need to change this character. It is more than 20 digits. PLSQL formula. Formula column is like a function only. Function everyone knows, right? You have seen so many functions. Single row function, multi-row functions, aggregate functions, date functions, kind of thing. What is the definition of function? In one line, can you say? You don't know the difference between procedure and function? Same. Just function means always you have to say that only. Function will return a value. Okay. Now, how it will return a value, to which variable it will return here is, there is a statement here, right? This statement. Same statement I am using. Like this. Okay. And this 28 is for only one particular number. We should not hard code. In the main query, is there any check number here? Main query. Dynamically it will pass. So do you see here? C check number. Instead of 28, what I need to do? I need to refer that column. How to refer any column anywhere? This one is required, right? This is called as a bind reference. That's it. Okay. So, and this hold reason we have to hold into one variable. Into class it is. In the PLSQL, everyone knows, right? Into class. Into L reason. L is a local variable. I'm just taking L reason. So this L reason we have to declare it, right? Otherwise it will throw error. It cannot recognize that. It's our own variable, right? So how to declare a variable before begin? Yes, we have to use varchar2 of 200. And this L reason, right now the output will be stored into L reason. Then the same thing we need to return it. Return off your L reason. Correctly. It's very easy. PLSQL is very interesting actually. Everyone feel that PLSQL is very tough. No, it's easy. You should know how to declare a variable, how to use into classes, how to return it, how to handle exception. Close. So one formula column added. Go to steps here. We renamed it. Renaming is not done, right? Go to file, save as. Whenever you are renaming, last time we have seen that you must include client name in front of it. Client name, another one is module name, and what is the purpose. Save. Rename is done. Next is add the extra column. Extra column where exactly we need to add also, I told you how to add. Just simply go to the layout model. Wherever the field is there, just right click here and you need to identify parent, then F4. You'll be able to find out a group name. G is the group, R is a repeating frame it is. And we went to data model. So here is the place I have added the column CF void reason here. Clear? So this CF void reason we have to attach over here. So to attach it, what we can do, there are many frames associated with it. See, this is the topmost frame, and this is the second frame, third, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 frames we need to adjust. It's very difficult, right? So otherwise, like you may need to drag this like this. One. Then after that, this frame we have to adjust it. The next frame, these are all manual, difficult, right? So what we can do, and it should not cross it. If it is cross or overlap, then it will give you error. So instead of that, what we can do, there is a mode here. Yesterday I told you, right? Mode, flex mode on. Once you select this flex mode, if you move it, the entire set will move. It's very easy for us. So simply it is moving. I'm just using side arrow. Once you come here at the end of the border, then you have to off this flex mode off, then bring back this. Then after that, title is required here. Title just we have to move. If you want to maintain a proper width, just use same thing only, copy paste like this. Wide region. Next is this one also underline. Customization means adding some columns or modifying the layout or removing changes. You may face definitely issues, some overlapping issues. And take a text field here. This is a text field, correct? Text field name, void reason, and void reason coming from which column name? Your own column you took, right? CF. All started with a C, so you have to scroll down. You see here, CF void reason. Now, this one, there is a elasticity property. Why we need to use elasticity property? So sometimes it will display only fixed width, but it has to display. I am just taking variable. Variable is also fine. Horizontally, vertically, I have adjusted this. So after adjusting, you can see here. See, there is a feature here. This one. And one more thing, it is crossed the border. If you observe here. Zoom it, you can come to know. Do you see here? It's crossed the border. These are all you have to be careful. Otherwise, it will give errors at the runtime. Okay. Addition is over, but this report is giving error right now. The reason is function always return a single value, but we have right now multiple values here. So first I'll show you the error, then after that I'll tell you how to concatenate these two values and return as a single string. First, see the error. You need to compile definitely before moving to server. Shift Control K. If you add some PLSQL related formula column, functional column, summary column, placeholder, so those cases you need to compile it. Otherwise, not needed. If it is simple SQL change, compilation is not required. But anyway, it's not a big deal. Shift Control K. It will compile. It will check the syntax issues. All those. Okay. Go to the steps. As of now, we have done only 2 steps. Extra calculated column. Then third one is attach to layout model. Then third one here is save RDF, move to server. Yeah, compile is also required, correct. Shift plus control plus K. Okay, this for compilation. Now I'm moving the new file to the server. Usually in the company, instead of AP top, we'll have a client related top. One custom top it is. Okay, in that only, whatever the module it is, maybe order management, account payable, receivable, whatever the module it is, only one single directory will be there. That's called as a custom top. Right now, we don't have a DBA, we don't have a custom top. So I'm using AP top here. We move, right? Okay. So after moving, what we can do, we have to create a fresh executable here. The standard one we should not touch, as I said earlier, multiple times. Tables. This is the executable. So executable shows what type of the program it is. Is it Oracle report, is it a PLSQL program, or is it a Unix program? So that's why executable is designed. Okay. The nature of the program, it shows here. Define, attach. So before that, what we can do, are there any parameter changes? So there are so many parameters here, correct? We have not seen. We have not touched also. These are all user parameters. If there are no parameter changes, we can copy from standard report. So how to copy from standard report? Right, copy to button here. You can see copy to. Okay. Program name is void. This is a standard report. We can copy output formats, style, parameters, value sets, tokens, everything, whatever it's appearing. It's easy actually. Whenever you are making a changes to some reports, we can copy here. Copy. It's a new version we are making. Your client name. This is all. Short name, parameters, incompatibilities if there are any. If any dependencies, I told you incompatibility earlier. Incompatibility means if a program is running, other program which is related to it, it should not disturb its execution. Once that execution finishes, then only your system will give priority to other program. Okay. Now, after copying, it is not, it is directed to the old executable only. What you can do, we have to change this. In the flow, we may forget this. Attaching executable is very much mandatory. Okay. And if you are making XML, then you can take XML. Right now, RDF only. Okay. Tell me fourth step what I did. Created executable. Next, concurrent program creation by using copy to button. Then after that, attach executable. The next step here is you have to include request concurrent program under request group. Go to security, responsibility, request. Okay. It's going to give an error, guys. Like, but still, you need to know. People will expect here what are the common errors you faced while working with RDF. Errors required right now in your practice. Include zeros has no size, length, or width. Some overlapping. Okay, this is not the actual error, but you need to find out include zeros where it is. Okay. So first time we touched manually, right? That one, that layout, that's creating a problem. Where is the include zeros? Go to window, object navigator. What is the exact error? Include zeros. Boiler text it is. Just check here. Wide reason we took. That's why we should not touch manually all this layout modifications. Footer. Do you see any include zeros here? Not showing, right? Here. You see? Boiler text, correct? Here. So somewhere overlapping is happening. Okay, these are all, instead of wasting time, what we can do. First, we'll take a formula column and we'll quickly rename that again. Go to wide. So from here onwards, you just copy paste that enough. Delete this report. Now go to the original report only I'm opening, and after that I'm simply saving with this program. That's it. Immediately 2 steps I need to perform. One is data model, and I need to go to check detail group. Then there is a FX. Compile. Then go to layout model. So first increase the width here. Paper layout. Main section. Let's say I'm using 9.9. Go to layout model again. Here is the place, flex mode on. You have to move carefully like this. As it is a character mode report, that's why it is giving errors. If it is not normal bitmap report, it will not check all the measurements. Then flex mode off here. Bring back this. So these titles and all I am not doing right now. It's additional effort for me. Okay. Take the text field. Include here. Whenever you're taking, you have to assign that formula column, source as a column. Next, vertical elasticity expand. Compile one. We quickly modified that. Okay, these are all I'm not touching. Move to server here. So for customization, you will find good time. They will not ask you very immediately. You will have a lot of time. Again, it is going to give an error only, but let's see, is that same error or different error? It's same error, right? Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll change the output style, okay? This text format having a limited width here, correct? So column 132 and then rows 45. This is creating a problem. Either you need to increase these columns and rows and change the style. Instead of that, I am taking a HTML for typing just to test only, right? Later we can do increasing columns and rows and all. So from text to HTML, I have changed this output style. Now the same error you will not get for sure. This is the actual error we are expecting. So it is saying here fatal error. Fatal. And there is an exception here. Exact fetch returns more than requested number of rows. Function always it should return a single value, but right now it is having two values here. So these two values, what we can do, we can concatenate it. First, we'll check the count here. So the count function will do count of reason. Count how much it will give 2, right? Obviously. Okay. Then if condition we can keep here. If count is equal to 1, okay, only single reason, then return the reason as it is. Return L reason. Okay, this is just pseudo code I'm typing. If count is greater than 1, then what we have to do? We have to concatenate it. Concatenate, even if it is 10 reasons also, all 10 reasons will concatenate and display a single string only. If count is 0, so every payment will not be voided, right? So if count is 0, then what you have to do? You have to return null only. Null. That means if there is no void reason at all or void payment at all, then no need to return anything, right? So we have to see all other cases also, not only this. So there are 3 scenarios here. One is single reason display as it is, no problem at all. If more reasons, we have to use concatenate. If a single, there is no reason at all, null. Okay. These are all we have to do in the PLS school only. So I already have this, just copy paste kind of thing. You also can do the same. So this you can take it. From here onwards, I'll just show you one more time. Okay. Go to your formula. Instead of this, I am just overriding this. Okay, check here. So first we are checking in between begin and end. This is the program we already seen here. So exception means here when others error handling it is. So this portion we already discussed as of now. Okay. Whatever the reason we are getting into V count is a variable here. Okay. If count is 1, then repeat the same statement. Say I did not do anything. Repeated the same statement here. The same statement. And we are returning hold reason. If count is 0, means there is no reason at all, there is no hold option at all, then we can use return null here. Now else if count is greater than 1, means there are more reasons, more than one reason. So at that time we have to put a for loop here. For loop syntax everyone knows, right? For variable, x is a variable here, then in, then after that iteration. Iteration is here the select statement output. Okay. And we are concatenating here the reason m with the single quotes, then after that this reason here. Same thing we are returning here. Okay. This function, you know, right? Substr function, what it will do? Substring. What it will do? Substring. Sub-str, in-str, you are not aware? Single row functions to return a some portion. A length function, what you know? Correct? Right, yes. Any complicated things here? PLSQL. Everything is covered here, right? Into class is covered. Then after that, exception is covered. Right? Then some other return. It's a formula column. The return is really required here. Let's compile. If anything wrong, we can see. I just replaced to make it work this functionality. Now you will not face any issue. Only the pseudo logic, whatever I explained, that you need to remember. The statement anyway we already developed. Okay, move this to server. Whenever you are moving, you have to refresh this. Copy. Now, two reasons into a single string we are going to see. In the company, we'll have a lot of time because we need to modify, we need to test it, document it. Immediately, they cannot ask you all this. Time you can find. Support also you can take from many people. So this here, the first reason, there is a semicolon here, right? Semicolon, then second reason. This is a single string right now. So how it is happening is because of your formula column code. Just double click. Go to your PLSQL formula. This is the formula column it is. Click on this. You can see all this. So I just added one column, that's it. So this is the desired output. This one. So titles and all, anyway, you can take it. Simply go to layout model. Here is the place. As I told you earlier, you need to take one frame here. Okay, small frame. Like this. Then after that, one more field, text field. Then here put a wide reason. So these are all, I'm just leaving it to you. You can do this. Okay. So that's about the customization. After concurrent program, we have attached the request to be submitted. So my explanation is over, guys. If you have any doubts, let me know. Compared to yesterday's class, what is the difference today? Additionally, copy to these all came, right? And the next one is formula column, how to use and where to use. Is that report level or group level? So these are all the two additional points you'll learn. Okay. We'll practice today this after completion of the class. It will take time because you need to adjust all this. You should know what is flex mode, confined mode. It will be a revision for you. We'll see some more customizations. Okay. MD50 I talked about, right? Okay, here it is there. You will get in the form of module design 50 or some other documentation like this. In the company, there are two ways to get a requirement. One requirement is in the form of MD. MD stands for module design. These are all as per the AIM methodology, application implementation methodology. It is. I'm just spending few minutes here so that you'll come to know. So we are working for IBM right now. Okay. And the end client here is Info Print Solutions Company. For this company, we are modifying a report. Okay. And RISE, full form, right? R for report, I for interface. Functional design. This we will not prepare. Your functional consultant from your team only will prepare this. And title also they only giving here. PO print report. Just see the requirement first. Under a topical essay, you can see what needs to be done. Just read this. Okay. Anyway, P2P. You read this and we'll discuss. Go slowly. Understood something? What is the requirement? You tell me. Logo is the one. Next. XML format, correct. PDF output, yes. Next. Any other customization? Yeah, distinct with logo means like, see, one change is logo they wanted. And the second change is here, terms and conditions. In a purchase order, you can see terms and conditions, right? This is a second thing. And other business requirement. So other business requirement, they're not saying here, correct? Okay, I'll tell you what needs to be done. The next is report name also, they only giving here. You need to use the same report. This is the report name. And output is portrait, okay, portrait, correct. And portrait, other than portrait, what are the output formats? Landscape, land wide, there are n number. You just go to system. You can see here, tiles. There are so many, correct. Land wide also available. Land wide. A4 size. Like this. There are various sizes. Okay. Now, and who are going to see this report? You can see it will be available to the buyers in PDF format. So as of now, what is the output format here? Text, but we need to use PDF. Next, same thing available into iSupplier portal registered suppliers. iSupplier, there is one separate module is there. This is iSupplier. Okay, every supplier whoever registered in this, they need to see that report. Okay. Every document you are going to sit on this document 8 hours, 10 hours. So definitely line by line, it will be noted for you. Now, basic business needs. Here is the place they kept actual requirement. One is logo. Then next is conditions URL, not a conditions. URL, HTTP, that URL we have to give. Next is buyer name and contact. Buyer, where can you see in which table? Buyer. PO agents is the table name. And then Standard purchase order created based on the agreement it is. Global blanket agreement. There is one reference number they're asking here. That navigation also you can see somewhere here. See. Click on this. Okay. Where is going? These are all for reference. Okay. It's going out, it's closing automatically, I'm not sure. Anyway, the instructions are here mentioned, see, and there are additional changes. Remove the customer account number, transportation number, CPI fields from a standard report. Not only addition, removal also they're asking here. Okay. It's a big report. There are many changes under this. This is the number they wanted here under reference document, document type and document number. The screenshots also they kept here from where I need to pick it up. We need to pick it up. And this is the layout. So this they wanted, this entire information. Additionally adding. Okay. So you just go through, we'll have a separate discussion on this. Okay. Just to make you understand how you get a requirement. You get a requirement in the form of MD50, module design 50. It is just a 16 pages document. In this, everything they will let you know what report needs to be done, what are the changes, what are the columns, from where we need to pick it up. Guidance will be there. If you get a doubt also, functional consultant will clarify. So without hesitation, you can ask him because he only developed this document. He is your team member only. He will usually interact with the client and he will prepare this document. So after this, you also will have a work here. There is another document, MD70. This is your duty. So good English is required. Okay. You need to type properly and step by step. What are the solution? How you restart? See, save as RDF name, place the RDF into server, create a executable, create a concurrent program, attach request group, submit from whatever you are doing since last few days. Same mentioned here. So this you only need to prepare this. That's why you'll get a lot of time. Okay. For query preparation, for testing, for preparing document, for migrating. Throughout the year, you will get just 10-15 requirements like this. Okay. Definitely, we need to discuss all this. Tomorrow we'll see. Maybe in the next class or whenever you get a time. So these type of requirements, how you get again, I'm asking in the form of MD50. Or one more is there are some reporting ticket tools, Jira, Stat tool, and ServiceNow ticketing tools. Do you know any other ticketing tools? These are all I know as of now. We are using. Tata is a ticketing tool. I heard somewhere.
Via chat.
Yes. It's a ticketing tool. Tata is ticketing system. This one ticketing tool. Okay. Tata is SVN. It's for version controlling, source controlling, tickets. It's an open source. Not everyone is using. Okay. Some companies, Accenture and all, they are using this Tata is for tickets. Jira, everyone knows. It seems correct. Okay, guys, I'm stopping. So can you work on this today, please? Then only we'll get idea actually. Did you finish all the cycles like ISO, drop shipment back to back? You should not ignore all those. At least in the evening time, you need to practice. Form personalization over, right? So can I take in the evening time online class? Anyway, you are aware form personalization. Just I need to explain the require. We can finish the syllabus at least. Evening, can I take one online class, 40 minutes?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
6:30 to 7:30 or 7 to 8, like that. Not possible.
Okay, sir.
ఏ గుళ్ళ దగ్గర అటెండెన్స్ ఏమైనా వేసుకోవాలా లేదు కదా 6:30 to 7:30 ఫ్రీ టైం చూడండి ఒకవేళ మీకు అంత ఇబ్బంది ఉంటే ఒక హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ ఓకే I need to finish the portion quickly because I need to place you people, right? Guys, online, do you have any doubts? Rupa?
Little confusing, sir.
Confusing.
In that, sir.
Guys, here no one is confused. Rupa, try to come regularly. You are in
Okay,
Bangalore only, right? Which area?
Rajaji Nagar, sir.
Rajaji Nagar. Okay. 1 hour, right? More than
Yes,
that.
sir. It will take 1.5 hours.
But if you get confused, then it will take half day. You are wasting a lot of time, right? In understanding. Traveling, you are saving time, but you are losing time in understanding.
I will practice, sir.
Yeah, do it.